This is ABC 7 News at 6.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, the Fairfield Police Department is asking for the public's help in locating a young person named Mason Bellows. You can see his picture right there on your screen. According to a Facebook post, Fairfield Police say it is believed that Mason is still in the Waterville, Winslow, and Fairfield area. The department is encouraging anyone with any information on Bellows' whereabouts to call the Fairfield Police Department. That number also on your screen, 207-453-9321. The murder trial of Matthew Pendleton continued today. In a hearing over Zoom, the state made a motion for discovery regarding the defense's request to bring in a pathologist. According to defense attorney Chris McLean, Dr. Stephen White from Toronto, Canada, would be a, quote, opinion witness who will offer a forensic narrative to compete with the state medical examiner. Presiding Judge Robert Murray approved the pathologist to examine the alleged victim's medical history and autopsy reports, and that he be allowed to testify about those results as long as Dr. White's testimony does not include his opinion on how the alleged victim's medical history relates to his death.
Part of the, what this case is going to be about is how the victim died. And there are competing versions of how that occurred.
According to Judge Murray, the defense has until January 8th to submit Dr. White's findings. Former President Donald Trump's legal team is asking Maine's Secretary of State to recuse herself from making a decision about whether the former president can appear on the March 5th Maine GOP primary ballot. In a letter, lawyers for the former president asked that Secretary Bellows disqualify herself as the presiding officer regarding challenges to seeking to prohibit Trump from appearing on the presidential primary ballot and appoint a, quote, unbiased, impartial hearing officer. End quote. The letter says that on 3 occasions, Secretary Bellows allegedly made social media posts that show a personal bias and prejudgment of facts around whether President Trump engaged in an insurrection on January 6, 2021. That letter reads in part, quote, we reached out to the Secretary of State's office for comment about the letter, but didn't immediately receive a response. Now you can read the full letter on our website, and that, of course, is foxbangor.com. The National Weather Service is speaking out after Governor Mills attempted to blame them for Maine's lack of preparedness for last week's storm. In a press conference held last Wednesday, 2 days after the storm impacted the state, Governor Mills was asked about the lack of preparation and warning from officials for this storm compared to previous weaker storms like Hurricane Lee, where the governor preemptively issued a state of emergency. According to the governor, she said the meteorologists at the National Weather Service got it wrong.
The National Weather Service did not predict 5 or 6 inches of rain in any community in Maine. National Weather Service did not predict 68, 70 mile an hour winds in any area of Maine too, but I think we were as prepared as possible.
In a statement, the National Weather Service responded to the governor's remarks, which reads in part, quote, the powerful low-pressure system that hit Maine on December 18th with heavy rain and winds was well forecasted and communicated in advance, including the potential for rainfall totals of 4 to 6 inches, with localized areas receiving higher amounts. Forecasts and briefings provided to local and state officials began on Friday, December 15th. National Weather Service alerted for a significant weather event that would cause widespread flooding. The first flood watch and high wind watches were issued on Saturday afternoon, 2 full days before the storm. We did reach out to the governor for her response to that, and we did not immediately receive a response. Well, it's the holiday season and many people are gathering indoors to celebrate with friends and family, and history has shown that group gatherings can sometimes lead to a spike in COVID cases. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bouchard spoke with Maine's CDC director to learn more about the spike and what she wants you to know to stay safe during this season.
What we're seeing in Maine is a reflection of the national trends as well.
Dr. Pateri Vaz, Maine CDC director. According to CDC data, as of December 26, Maine had 93 individuals hospitalized for COVID infections, most of whom were 60 or older or at high risk.
And unfortunately, we had 5 individuals in Maine who died in the last week.
Dr. Voss says with at-home tests not getting reported to the CDC, they don't have a fully accurate number, but the data they have is showing a spike in cases in the state since the beginning of the holiday season.
Yes. We talk about hospitalizations and deaths, but those are really what we call late indicators, right? Folks so ill that they have to go to urgent care, they have to go to an emergency room. But they're late. It's good to assume if you're seeing a rise in hospitalizations and deaths, that the activity is much higher. And you're right, we can't capture every at-home COVID test, but I'm glad people are using them. But based on what we're seeing in US CDC's data, wastewater surveillance, it's good to make that assumption that there's just high COVID activity all around.
Dr. Va adds prevention is key. If you have symptoms, test. If you don't have symptoms, wash your hands, distance when possible, and get your updated COVID vaccine, something that Dr. Va says isn't happening in Maine.
Unfortunately, our COVID-19 vaccine rates specific to the 2023-2024 vaccines, it's really low, both nationally and here. We've seen a significant drop in uptake.
While it's too early to tell just how often we will see COVID spikes, cyclically, seasonally, or annually, Dr. Voss says COVID is here to stay for now. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Alrighty, folks, well, let's go ahead and hit pause here. We're going to take a peek outside and get a first check of our forecast.
Thank you, Beth. Our first weather is brought to you by Winterport Sheds. Do you need extra storage, a place to live, camp on your lot, building for your pets? Check them out at Winterport or at the Bangor Mall, and of course at winterportsheds.com. And weather-wise for us though, guys, look at this. Reds down the board, meaning above average temperatures the last couple of weeks, 40s and 50s in your record high temperatures. Of course, there were a couple of days, 20s and some 30s. There were, of course, some colder days, but overall though, we have been above average. And once again today, back at around 40 degrees in town, 41 in Bar Harbor, Rockland, same story. And then south of that, even some mid 40s outside, no 50s, but still some mid 40s and a little bit of rain. Of course, some cloudy skies as well. Some scattered showers will be continuing overnight tonight. Even a little bit of rain and snow. We are looking at some freezing rain as well up north, Dover, Foxcroft, and then north of that into Greenville, Millinocket area. Winter weather advisories have been posted until tomorrow morning. Overnight tonight, though, we will continue to cool off with above freezing temperatures and more chances of rain. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you so much. And coming up on ABC 7 News at 6, our Grace Blanchard brings us the second installment of our Year in Review series covering the months of March and April. We'll have that story and much more as ABC 7 News at 6 continues.
Maine QuitLink offers free help to stop smoking and vaping, including personalized quit plans and free patches, gum, and/or lozenges with every program. Get connected to a quit coach, trained to develop a plan that works for you. Learn how to curb cravings and overcome slips and relapses. It's free, it works, and people who enroll are 2 times more likely to successfully quit. Call 1-800-QUIT-NOW or enroll online at mainequitlink.com.
With AAA Insurance, by bundling our home and auto policies, we saved over $450.
And we were shocked at the savings.
When we switched to AAA auto insurance and bundled our policies, we were able to save over $400 every year.
Switch to AAA insurance today, and you could save an average of $483 on auto insurance. Compare that to State Farm, Geico, even Allstate. Call now for your free AAA full picture quote to find out how much you could save.
Well, my passion is hang gliding. I've been doing it for over 30 years, and it's like flying. I mean, it's like everything you always dreamed about. AAA insurance helps us save more.
And do more.
The savings from AAA Insurance has allowed me to pursue my passion of making jewelry. It's great to have a little bit of extra cash to do something that you love.
To find out how much you could save by switching to AAA insurance, call 866-460-1310 for your free AAA full picture quote today. You'll be glad you did.
Christmas, it's not your birthday, but it's better than nothing. Season's greetings from the Green Bear 420 crew. P.S. Happy birthday, big guy. Happy holidays from Osborne's Plumbing and Heating in Bucksport and Ellsworth, featuring boiler and furnaces, replacement gas or oil. Happy holidays from Coach House Restaurant. Homemade meals, homemade desserts, now serving pizza, eat in or take out. Wilson Street in Brewer.
Come stop by Triple S Tack Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
As we continue to take a look at all of the highs and lows of 2023, our Grace Blanchard takes us through some of the key moments in March and April.
While snow remained on the ground, the month of March kicked off with Mainers enjoying the last of the powder with a gathering of riders on Vintage Snowmobile Day.
People enjoyed it. It rained last year. We did it anyways. We got twice as many this year.
The month also started with a jury conviction for Brewer resident Ronald Harding, who was charged with manslaughter over the death of his 6-week-old son Jaden, after it was ruled he shook the child to death. It was also a time for mourning after the sudden death of beloved Holden Police Chief Chris Greeley. Greeley pioneered the town of Holden's 25 Days of Kindness tradition and was known by many for going above and beyond the call of duty for his community.
The impact he had was just phenomenal on everyone he touched. Nobody forgot him.
Chief Christian Greeley, Holden 500. We have the wash for you.
Lieutenant Eddie Benjamin was named the new Holden Police Chief and was determined to carry out Greeley's legacy.
He was a father figure to me, so I was lucky to serve by his side for almost 8 years.
In an emotional ceremony, community members also said goodbye to Penobscot County Jail Administrator Captain Nick Hardwick after his sudden death in March.
You brought so much to our office, and you were a big part of making us better.
Soldiers were welcomed home in Bangor by loved ones and the governor after 10 months overseas.
Couldn't be happier. It's a day that we'll remember for the rest of our lives.
And many put on their best green attire in celebration of St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day is all about fun, friends, and tradition.
20 Maine state senators and 76 state representatives co-sponsored a bill by Governor Mills to expand abortion access in the state of Maine.
It's shocking that there's no reason. It's abortion up to the moment of live birth for no reason.
Abortions don't happen without a reason. There's very deep and personal decisions.
Dispatchers were celebrated for their work as April 9th through the 15th was National Public Safety Telecommunications Week.
That we are the transparent piece. When people call us, they know that they're going to get the help that they need.
Connected shootings in Bowdoin and Yarmouth left 4 dead and multiple people wounded. 34-year-old Joseph Eden of Bowdoin shot and killed his parents and 2 of their friends at their home in Bowdoin before making his way to I-295 in Yarmouth, where he shot at multiple cars and sent a father and his 2 children to the hospital.
I accelerated until I couldn't hear him anymore. Pulled the car over and just tried to do everything I could to help my kids.
First Lady Dr. Jill Biden made an appearance at Southern Maine Community College as part of the Biden-Harris administration's Investing in America tour.
This is exactly what he put the money in for.
And a freight train derailed in the Sandwich Academy, Grant Township. The Maine Department of Environmental Protection estimated the crash caused 500 gallons of diesel fuel to spill into local environments, sparking an environmental concern for the area fish and wildlife.
Fuel spill that close to the lake it's a big concern.
The Easter Bunny made its return as an organization held an egg hunt for the homeless to help those in the Bangor area experiencing homelessness. As the state continued to tackle the housing crisis, lawmakers discussed legislation that aimed to create more affordable housing across the state.
An ER waiting room is not a home, nor is a shelter floor, a jail cell, or under a highway underpass.
And April ended on a clean note. Volunteers dusted off their rakes on Earth Day as many participated in annual cleanups.
Take that opportunity on Earth Day to get out and do something outside that makes an improvement to whether it's around your own house or some other place in another community.
Follow along this week as we continue to take a look at 2023 in the Pine Tree State. In studio, I'm Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
And still to come on ABC 7 News at 6, an anonymous donor has given thousands of dollars to charity via a local reporter. Our Grace Blanchard brings us that story. And in sports, Nate Case, coach of the PVHS Lady Howlers, earned his 100th coaching win today. Find out his feelings on that milestone coming up.
Finding the right vehicle for you and your family can be a daunting task. At Varney Buick GMC, our expert staff is here to make the journey as painless as possible. Our goal is to get you and your family in a vehicle that will best fit into your lifestyle. Communication is key, and our team makes sure to be completely transparent throughout the process, informing you on all of your options. Come experience Varney value, only at Varney Buick GMC.
Did you know that it's possible to buy the wrong type of flooring for your home? Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a professional contractor, the experts at Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors are here to help, offering solid pro advice from choosing the right material and color to installation. Don DeKalb features the highest quality hardwood flooring sourced from lumber right here in Maine, from Maine traditions. Not only will you get a floor you'll love, you'll get a floor that will last. Don DeKalb Mainwood Floors, buy from the best, forget the rest.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
For the best selection in classic and contemporary furnishings, stop by Richard Parks Furniture on High Street in Ellsworth. Handcrafted New England-made bedrooms and dining rooms, imported Scandinavian recliners and upholstery, more than 40 lines of furniture for the home and patio. Richard Parks Furniture is your #1 stop for quality, functionality, and well-designed furniture at affordable prices. Richard Parks Furniture.
Discover Richard Parks.
132 High Street in Ellsworth.
Discover Richard Parks.
Now, with so much on the line, more Americans are turning to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight than any other newscast across all of television.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's go to the hardwood. Up in Howland, it is a special day for their girls basketball team. A milestone win within reach as the Howlers take on Orono. A little midday hoops action. Orono looking for the win. PVHS looking to rebound off of their last loss to Dexter. We'll start in the third quarter. Howlers up. Riley Moulton picks up the inbounds pass. She takes it the length of the court, and that is in for 2. Howlers defense showing out all game. This is Lila Cummings here getting the steal. She is going to go all the way for the finish, but there was no quit in those riots though. Nina Mitchell here fights for the offensive board. She makes a nice move and finishes for 2, but Penobscot Valley would roll in this one. Here is Moulton. She's going to get it off of a Howlers run in the fast break first. Lila Cummings is going to take an open 3. She'll miss that, but Moulton there for the cleanup. Sinks the 2. Howlers win this one 74-21. And that win was the 100th overall in the career of head coach Nate Case. Case has brought the Howlers to back-to-back Class C North finals in the past 2 seasons. They won one in 2019. He's been at the helm for 6 full seasons, this one being his 7th. He says it was definitely a special moment sharing it with his team, family, and former players. And it's been their heart and their hustle that gets it done night in and night out.
It's emotional. You know, I wear my heart on my sleeve anyway. Everybody knows that. But it's been a lot. It's been a lot. They're all here. I told the girls, like, they're all a reflection of me. So in the end, like, I couldn't do anything without them. So doing the right things, that's really what we preach all the time. And so, I mean, first thing on the board today, even 7 years in, was your effort and energy will decide the outcome of this game. And I've wrote that probably for 7 straight years.
All right, shout out to him. Big win right there. Let's talk some football now. What a weekend for the Patriots. They took down the Broncos on a last-second field goal, only improving to 4-11 on the year, but that is 2 wins in their last 3 games. New England now looking ahead to 2 teams they've previously beaten to close out the year, Buffalo and the Jets. If you're following the draft, they currently pick 4th overall. They are eliminated from postseason contention, but I don't have to tell you that. But as we saw on Sunday, New England is still playing to win. There's a lot of fight in these guys. They're looking to place on the Bills' postseason hopes.
You know, love to ride that momentum. I mean, we're playing a great Bills team. They've been rolling the last 3 weeks. So it's really just going to come down to us executing what we're trying to do as the offense. You know, these 2 teams, these two organizations have been going at it for a long time, and I don't think there's any, I don't think either one like each other very well. So it's going to be fun to get out there and play against that great team and that great organization. So it's going to be fun, and, you know, that's what football is all about.
All right, that is going to be a great game on Sunday. That is all the time we have for sports. Here's your full 5-day forecast.
Thank you, Tyler. Our main weather today is brought to you by Diversified Ink Tattoo Studios in Penobscot Plaza in Bangor, providing custom ink by licensed artists for over 20 years. And get ready, guys. We got a big low-pressure system moving in once again. All of this right here, all that rain, right up into our area. So get ready for that. The rain will continue tonight into tomorrow, and then same story Friday, and then mixing with some snow right in time for Saturday and right before New Year's Eve. For now, cloudy skies, a couple of sprinkles here and there. Temperatures, though, of course, in those upper 30s to lower 40s all over the area. Visibilities, though, very low in some spots. Less than 2 miles of visibility in town. By the coast, even worse, near 0 by Rockland into Bar Harbor, Machias. Very, very, very low visibilities all over the area, combined with heavy clouds, dense clouds, of course, rain in the area, and some fog as well. We're going to see that rain tomorrow, and then once again into Friday, and then even some rain and snow by Friday night, and then throughout the day on Saturday. Maybe a couple of snow showers possible early in the day on Sunday as well. Other than that, we are looking at rain at first, and then possibly a little bit of snow on the back end. Now, rain equivalent rain, we are possibly looking at, once again, 1 to 2 inches of rain, maybe 1.5 inches here in town. Same thing into Dover, Foxcroft, Greenville, Millinocket area. 1.5 inches is a very, very possible. So another big low pressure system is moving on in. And then snow on the back end, possibly 1, maybe 2 inches of snow in town. Greenville, Millinocket area, we are looking at possibly 3, maybe 4 or more inches of snow. This is going to be on the back end Friday into Saturday. Winds for now, not bad at all. 5 miles an hour in town, around 3 in Bar Harbor. Rockland's at 3, so very, very light winds all over the state. Temperature-wise, though, we have been warm the last several weeks, but just in general, last couple of weeks, 40s and 50s in the area. Take a look at this. Our average high is around 31 degrees. Tomorrow, once again, above average temperatures, and then closer to average, but still above average by a few degrees. Then next week, a little bit cooler air rolls in, especially after Tuesday. We're looking at middle to end of next week. We're going to get shots of colder air back into the 20s, of course, with high temperatures. For tonight, not bad at all. Look at this. Our average high is much colder than this. We're going to be in the mid-30s overnight tonight. Cloudy skies and some scattered rain showers will be continuing overnight. If you want to get into that rain and snow, freezing rain, you got to go Dover, Foxcroft, and then north of that to really tap into that. Then tomorrow, above freezing temperatures, mainly rain all over the state. Cloudy skies and scattered rain showers once again. Our extended forecast outlook does show rain and snow mix on Friday, and then rain and snow mix once again on Saturday, but mainly snow with possibly some accumulations possible. Beth?
Alrighty, Conrad, thank you so much. And there is more ahead, folks. Stay with us.
Football fans, with a Caesars Sportsbook app, you can be in the game all the time. Seeking instant action? Quick Picks offers you the most popular games and markets, already built for you and ready to bet. Experience the thrill when you stack your bets to create a super parlay. Build bets for your favorite teams and players across multiple games. This season, don't just watch the game. Download Caesars Sportsbook and experience the game like never before.
I'm sorry. I cannot let you in here.
The only thing that should be in a baby crib is a baby. Letting a baby sleep with blankets and toys can be dangerous. Learn how safe sleeping practices can save your baby's life at safesleepforme.org.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily. We offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Don't get cold feet this winter. Stay warm and dry with high-performance footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. With an extensive selection of winter boots rated from 0 to minus 60 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll find comfort in knowing your feet will be warm in any weather. Discover the latest in functional and fashionable footwear with grippers built right into the sole. With boots in stock up to 6E and size 17 for men and women. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Recharge from the holidays with a new Toyota at Toyotathon.
I have got a truckload of new Toyotas out front.
Check them out.
Something I said?
Yes.
Recent and soon-to-be college grads could get a $500 rebate over and above most other offers. Toyota, let's go places.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
Imagine the feeling that comes from handing a $100 bill to a stranger on the street. Well, a local reporter with a unique mission tells us exactly what that feels like after receiving donations from an unknown source. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
Greetings, Amy. I hope that you and Phil are doing great. Oh yeah, can't forget the cats. He reads my column so he knows we have cats.
Amy Calder has been writing a feature column at the Morning Sentinel for the past 15 years, sharing stories about people in the Waterville area. Inspired by her work, an anonymous reader has been writing to Calder, asking her to fulfill a mission of spreading wealth throughout the community.
He's sent me several $1,000s throughout the last 3 years. And sometimes it's $500 checks, sometimes it's two $500 checks.
Calder has given the money to several organizations over the past few years. And this holiday season, she decided to gift $100 to 10 strangers.
It was just an unbelievable feeling to be able to help people you don't even know. And I think of this man that gives me this money to do this with, and it's like a gift for me. I mean, I've given to people, but not like this.
Although she wishes she could thank the donor, she has no clue who this mystery reader is.
I'm happy to be able to help this man, and I want to thank him, but, maybe someday we'll meet. I hope we do. Right. I hope that other people will follow his lead and do the same. Don't be afraid of people, of walking up to people on the street and handing them something that's really makes a difference in their lives.
In Waterville, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Well, with the new year fast approaching, wouldn't it be great to start the new year off by maybe winning the Powerball, spread the wealth, and give a little more to charity? Well, tonight is going to be a great night to buy a ticket if you're willing to take the chance and play. The estimated jackpot has risen to $700 million for tonight's drawing. That is a cash value of $352.3 million.
It would be so exciting to have someone from the corner store or someone from Bangor win. We've had pretty big winners in the past, 10,000, 20,000, 50,000 winners, but it'd be really great to have someone win the big one.
This will be the fourth Powerball jackpot to exceed $500 million this calendar year. Stevenson says it's important to play responsibly, of course, and to have fun. But gosh, it's hard to even wrap your mind around how much money that is. But, you know, in the hands of the right person, it could probably do a lot of good for the state of Maine and for the local community. Alrighty, folks. Well, that is going to do it for us. From everyone here at ABC 7 News, take care and have a great rest of your night. We hope to see you right back here at 11. Good night, everybody.